everyone. Welcome to tonight's BB Can 10 chat.
Oh, hi. It's episode
Eviction
11.
night.
Grade 11.
Oh.
Coach teacher.
Yeah.
All right. So, last time, Marty used the veto.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not a dum-dum.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And Gino replaced him with Kyle. Da, da, da.
Oh my god.
Can you believe it? Everybody was so shook at.
Honestly, it's still kind of shocking that Bestie put up Bestie.
Everybody was like, wow, but they were okay with it.
They were loving it. They were like, hell yeah.
Wow.
This is what people
He
wanted to
does have
happen.
a pair.
Yeah, this is what people wanted to happen, but they weren't sure if it was actually a possibility. And it turns out it was.
It's karma, baby.
I mean, Kyle was trying to backdoor people last week. Look how that turned out. Now Kyle is getting backdoored by his number one ally.
0 to 0.
Yeah.
He's a real Hercules. All right, so Betty tells Gino, "You're iconic, baby."
Betty was laying it on real thick with Gino. You're iconic. You're so smart. You're amazing. You're going to be a BB Can legend. Yeah.
He is a
all
legend,
that.
bitch. All right,
Is
so
he?
Kevin,
I mean, this was a big move, but I'm still like...
this whole season
about
is
Gino's
legendary.
gameplay. Yeah, it's been pretty wild so far.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kevin and Jess have a little game chat.
Do you trust me?
Well, Jess is trying to have a conversation here with Kevin, and Kevin's like, we can't be seen together. I need to go.
Jess is like, I think you can talk to me. We're like bedmates or whatever, you know.
Jess is on the block, so they're going to be having lots of conversations with people this week. So, you know.
Do you think Kevin just didn't want to talk to them?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But Jess...
We shouldn't be seen together.
Jess is a little bit worried that maybe they're more invested in this alliance than Kevin is.
I mean, Kevin's got lots of...
Kevin's got a lot going on.
He does.
Kevin's got a lot of options here.
Yeah. So they may be right.
Yeah.
But Gino and Kyle have a little chat. And
I mean, Kyle knew he was going up because Gino warned him ahead of time, but they had a chance to talk through things.
he said, F you, Gino. Just kidding.
So,
Am I, though?
well, Kyle was like, we can work through this. We can still work
We
together.
can start over. We can start fresh. I won't go home, will I?
Gino was just like, Kyle's going through his whole game plan.
I want a redo with everyone. What makes you think you're worthy of a redo?
I think we're past that at this point.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is great. People are going to think we're not working together anymore.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a new room in town.
Yes, there is.
It's off the Expedia room.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a mess.
I think it looks really cool, but anytime you have real ass sand on the floor, it's risky.
You got flip-flops in there. You got the whole beach experience happening. Were there any water features in there? I was kind of like...
There's towels.
What? The
Yeah,
whole
you were
time.
kind of nodding off in this episode. Get up.
I got up at like 5:30 this morning. So.
Yeah. It's
Sorry.
understandable.
I've been through hell and back. I've walked through hell and back today.
Yeah. Everybody seems excited about this room, and I gotta say, it looks like a lot of fun.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Kyle and Helena had a chat, or should I say Helena chewed out Kyle a little bit?
Well, they also didn't show, this conversation was so long. Kyle, during his campaigning, was giving everyone the minute-by-minute breakdown of his HOH week, explaining every move he made, all that, yada, yada, yada. And Helena let him know, I don't like the way you handled it last week. You did not communicate with me, and when you did, you were condescending. You kind of, like, talked down to me. I don't see you talking like that to Tanisha, Betty, or Summer.
Would you say he was a D?
Yeah. I mean, Kyle looked a little shooketh hearing that this is how Helena felt. But, I mean, people have been telling him all week now, your HOH week was trash. And Kyle is still not fully accepting it. I don't know.
I feel like Kyle is a little beauty privileged. Like, he's a good-looking guy. He's probably had an easy time of things his whole
I don't know.
life.
I'm not going to assume what he has or hasn't been through in his life.
I think
but
he's pretty surprised that he's not like everybody's sweetheart.
I mean, he's a bro, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's used to broing out.
Right.
But this bro is donezo. So anyway, Jess was chatting with JC Lynn and basically saying, like, good job this week. You know, you and Gino making this move.
Yeah.
I mean, did JC Lynn have that much to do with it?
No. All right. So Summer and Marty have a chat about...
And Helena.
Right. About PTSD from the whole slavery issue.
Yeah, Summer was talking about her experience with racism and things that she's been through. And it is absolutely heartbreaking to hear the house guests share these horrible situations that they've been in. But it's also so amazing that they show these on the episodes now. Because like years ago, they didn't do that.
Canada.
Yeah, but...
Canada is the best with that.
Yes.
You
I'm
wouldn't
glad
see this on the U.S. version. And I really appreciate... Canada for bringing light to this.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be talked about.
There's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Apparently the house guests were misbehaving.
Okay.
Misbehaving.
So they did the whole, like, we're going to punish you and put you on slop and cold showers for
like 5 minutes?
Amount of time. No, it was for like a few days.
Okay.
It was for a few days.
Because they were running through the house with a pickle in their mouth?
Yeah, that's right. Also, they were tying the telephone twist into the... I mean, I wouldn't call it a twist, but the telephone activities...
Effery?
Into this, yeah. I will say, there was so much amazing content from the telephone stuff that didn't even make it into the show. And the stuff that did, it was just put together...
Crappily?
So, like, choppily.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of, like, Kevin's spaghetti thing specifically. It was just...
There was more build-up to that, wasn't
there?
Yeah,
we missed, like, him cooking all the spaghetti and not knowing what he was doing. And he was so funny. And, like, Marty, after he was on hold for a while, he had to put on, like, this nude bodysuit and have his, like, figure drawn and, like, all this stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so... There was a lot of fun stuff going on here, and I feel like this segment did not do it justice. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, guess what? Like, it's done. We didn't even get to see when Summer and Gino were handcuffed together.
Oh, wow. They really did leave a lot out.
I know, right?
What'd you think about Kevin and that spaghetti?
I feel so bad that he had to do that.
He really was a great, great sport.
He was a great sport, yeah, for sure.
Kevin is... like the most improved, I feel like, this season.
Yeah, definitely way better than I was expecting.
Yes.
All right, so then they're like, it's done. You are getting a reward. You're getting...
You guys were great sports, so
the
no
pantry's
more slop,
restocked.
And you're getting this nice-ass dinner with actual alcohol.
Yeah.
Not just grape juice.
We forgot to mention, too, this cast, not good with the slop. There were a few people who were really struggling.
Josh was really retching.
Josh, JC Lynn. JC Lynn, like, cried multiple times about the slop.
She's crying about everything, though. I mean...
Yeah. The Canadian slop, though, in particular, is, like, especially disgusting.
Why is it green? Is it because there's, like, that veggie powder in there? That miracle veggie whatevers?
Some
veggie
miracle
greens?
grow in there? I don't know. And the way that her mom did the... What's the...
Feeding the baby?
No, the ice cream thing where they turn it upside down. Who is that?
I don't know.
And it, like, doesn't come out of the cup.
Oh, Dairy Queen or McFlurry?
He was, like, doing the Dairy Queen. Was it Dairy Queen?
No, it's McFlurry, isn't it?
No.
It must be Dairy Queen, then.
I guess, yeah. He was basically able to do that with the slop, and that's disgusting.
This is food.
Yeah.
It's
all
gross.
Right. So then we got to see this clip of, like, Kyle... doing a monologue, hyping himself up, saying, like, anything could happen. It's not over yet. It just, like, kind of bothered me every time Kyle would say, oh, this is, like, a fulfilling a dream of mine to be in here.
You didn't even know about this show a year ago.
Yeah, what? A dream for maybe, like, a year. What? So it's a bit much. When he calls himself, like, a super fan.
You're not.
I don't mean to be a gatekeeper, but, like... let's not get carried away here. It's a bit much.
It's not the end, except it is.
Yeah, I don't even know when this clip is from because I do not remember seeing it on the live feeds.
When do you think he realized that it's really the end?
I mean, he had quite a few people actually come up to him and say, like, I'm not voting for you to stay.
Right.
I think just in the last few days.
Okay.
I don't know if he was still just, like, holding out hope or he thought maybe there would be a twist or something to save him, but I think he was just always kind of hoping that something would save him.
Right.
So, anyway, he was campaigning a lot this week, like, too much. And then they showed this clip of Jess talking to Betty, and I forgot who else was there. But the way that they tried to make it seem like Jess could potentially be in danger.
All of the girls were there in that little...
I don't think it was all of them. I thought there were, like, 3 people in there.
I thought it was T, Jess, Helena, and Summer.
There's other girls, though.
That are in that...
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember who's in there besides Jess and Betty. It doesn't really matter. But they're trying to make it seem like Jess wasn't working hard enough and, like, Kyle's working so hard to be there and, like, there's a chance that Kyle could stay. Jess was playing it smart. Sometimes you're up on the block against somebody that's a disaster and you need to just, like, let them do their thing.
Right.
And self-destruct. I mean, the damage had already been done for Kyle. So Jess, I feel like, did a good job on the block this week. So then we see Gino and JC Lynn chatting. They confirm, yes, Kyle is still going. That's still the plan. Okay.
All right. So Kyle and Herman. Kyle's campaigning to him. Can I have your vote? This is how it's going to go down if I stay. Marty's my #1 target, but then I never heard about any of his other targets.
Well, Kyle really was pushing the Marty thing, and he was also saying, like, oh, Marty's the one that convinced me to put Josh up on the block last week, and then he ended up flipping his vote, so he kind of left me high and dry there. So it was funny because a lot of people weren't believing that, but that part was true.
Yeah.
Marty did. He was the one that was pushing Kyle to put Josh up on the block. So Marty actually did own up to it to a bunch of people, and they were like, what?
I mean, he did to Josh, too. So.
Yeah, he told Josh first, and then he told a bunch of other people.
I'll always be a target in front of you, and Kyle thinks the whole thing went well.
It did not. Okay. So then it was time for the 2 nominees to make their speeches.
Okay, so Kyle got up first and said, I've changed. Really? And if you're struggling with mental illness, you're not alone. There's somebody who is a sports media, whatever.
Don't even get me into the thing from last night.
I have a podcast that I'm not qualified to host, and check it out.
All right.
And then Jess said,
I came from a spaceship.
My spaceship crashed here, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Kyle's going home. Let's get to the vote.
Okay.
She didn't say that. I edited it. So it's time for the vote, and it's unanimous. That Kyle is evicted.
And there was some hustle getting in that diary room to vote.
Yeah. Nice. Good to see.
Yeah.
No extraneous,
I mean, there was a little bit of like, or whatever, but it wasn't too bad. So then, Kyle was evicted.
Had generally a nice goodbye.
Well,
he had some hugs in there.
Until he was going up the stairs, and he decided to try and use production as a strategy by being all like, oh, I found a power in here the first day, and I couldn't talk about it, or else it would, like, go away, or I'd be evicted or whatever. But now that I'm leaving, it's going to go back into the house, and the clue is the number 12.
Lame.
Is anyone even going to buy that anyway? I wouldn't be surprised if Big Brother told him, like, that's nothing. Because he's using production as strategy. And
right.
Whatever.
I thought that was really juvenile.
Lame.
And, like, just stupid. Sorry, I didn't buy it.
All right.
So Kyle's talking to Arissa, and he said he wanted to spread some paranoia with his stupidity at the end there. And she said, "You're an idiot."
She did not.
He said he was a super fan. Again, we're questioning that. He didn't communicate very well.
Yeah,
that is a given.
That's what he was saying his big downfall was during his HOH week. He was only talking to the same few people over and over again, and he didn't get everybody in the house's perspective.
Right. And Arissa
was
said,
asking, like...
who do you think's going to win?
Yeah.
Who do you want to see win? And he said, well, I think possibly Jess, Gino, JC, or Josh.
All the names.
The Juz.
Jason, what? Sorry. Okay. Anyway, then it was time for Kyle to get his goodbye messages.
Herman went first, and his was pretty salty. And then I think everybody else's kind of were, too.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle really messed up last week, so...
Don't let the door hit you.
Yeah.
But it did.
All right. And then it was time for the HOH competition.
Oh, and they had them all set up in their little cubbies.
Yeah.
And then Arissa said, hey, kids, you know all these doors in the house? The mystery doors? Some of them are unlocked.
I guess this is why the house guests were on like a 6-hour backyard lockdown yesterday.
Oh.
So they could set up these rooms.
Right. So they're going to unleash the house guests out of their cubbies back into the house to see which doors are unlocked. And apparently there's some weird stuff in there. Well, AKA 5 BB Can Legends. Is one of them Ica?
I don't know. I'm excited, though, to see who's in there. So the house guests have, like, 4 minutes to go around and study all of the different displays. And then they're going to go back to their booths and answer questions about it.
Is it like The Shining, where they had the different rooms in the hotel and there were, like, murders going on in each room?
I saw, actually, the stream that we were watching cut out, like, right at the end, so we didn't get to see, like, the very end of the episode. Yeah. But I saw on Twitter... the faces of Josh, JC Lynn, and Herman when they went to, like, the first door, and they were like, ah! Is that real?
Maybe it was The Shining.
No, like, seeing the former house guests.
Oh.
They were very excited.
Because they recognized them, unlike superfans.
Unlike Gino, who didn't know who Sarah was. Oh, ridiculous. But anyway... very exciting. But unfortunately, we don't get to see that play out until Monday. But if you don't want to wait until then to find out who won the Power of Veto...
we already know.
Make sure you watch the spoilers.
Get excited.
Yeah, I will post the HOH winner in the info for today's spoiler. And then we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, sounds very reasonable.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, much love.